What is up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be talking about why I don't consume dairy products. Now, picture this. You are a dairy cow. You're kept in a very confined space. You're milked all day. You're artificially inseminated. You give birth. You have your children taken away from you. And you were milked for the consumption of another species that doesn't need your milk. And you are artificially inseminated every year of your life until you're spent, and then you're sent off to be killed. Now, whenever I first heard of this, whenever I first came across information that really outlined this, it just broke my heart to think that we would do that to these beings. And if you've ever come across the concept in spirituality called ahimsa, if you're someone who does yoga, you're more likely to come across it. Ahimsa means compassion to all beings and non-violence towards them. And on a deeper level, if you feel and believe that we are all connected, that everything is energy, that the same life force that flows through me flows through you, that we are not just physical beings, but we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and that deep down we are one with everything, then when I look at what's happening to the dairy cows, I just can't support it. I just can't support it. Because what if on another frequency that was you? Because essentially that is. The Buddha says, see yourself in all life. Therefore, who can you harm? And the more I think of it, the more it just baffles my mind that we continue to do this. For what? For steak? We've already shown time and time again that you can get all your protein needs on a plant-based diet. Beans, lentils, greens. There's so many vegan bodybuilders, so many vegan athletes that are showing that you can kick ass on a plant-based diet consuming plant-based proteins, which are superior in the sense that they contain fiber. Animal products don't contain any fiber. They contain nutrients. They don't have cholesterol. And they are environmentally sustainable. And we also say we do this to animals for their milk. We don't even need their milk. We are not baby calves. That's what's really helped me along my journey, just recognizing that I am not a baby calf. I am not a baby calf. The only reason cows are producing milk is not for us. It's to feed their own young. It's to feed their own young, not us to feed their own young. We come in and steal the milk from them. Why? It's not necessary. I remember hearing that a lot of mothers, if they feed their child after the age of like 2, a lot of people in society would be like, "Man, it's kind of strange, isn't it? It's kind of weird. Like, come on, they're supposed to be like finished weaning at that age." You just ask, if you saw a mother breastfeeding her child at the age of like 5 or 7 or something like that, you'd be like, "Whoa." A lot of people are like, "Yeah, weird. That is weird, man. That's like weird. Like, she's wrong. She's wrong for doing that." Well, we don't realize that we wean our own children off our own human species breast milk to then put them on another species breast milk that we don't even need. But that's completely fine. How does that make any sense? How is one strange and weird parenting and strange and all that, and like, oh my god, why would you do that? And going on to the udders of another species and sucking on the udders and drinking the milk and its secretions. How is that more acceptable than our own species breast milk? And I remember saying to someone, "Oh yeah, you know what? It would make more sense to have human breast milk cheese and butter made from human breast milk." And do you know what a lot of people say to me? That's weird. That's weird that we would consume the milk from our own species, but it's completely fine to consume the breast milk of another species that's not our own. And you're probably watching this and like, human breast milk? Oh god, that's disgusting. How does that make any sense? So, there is programs and tapes in our mind that cause us to believe that consuming the milk of another species is completely fine. Yeah, it's not necessary. Look up the amount of people that are lactose intolerant in the world. Just look it up. 90% of Chinese people and up to 50 to 60% of African Americans. The majority of the world is lactose intolerant, meaning that people are getting violently ill from consuming this. We're not baby calves. So, what's helped me along my journey is to recognize that all the BS that we're saying that milk gives you strong bones. I remember seeing a chart. I remember seeing a chart of the hip fracture rate amongst the countries that consume like dairy products. And the ones that consume the most dairy products have the highest hip fracture rates. How does that make sense? I'm going to leave the link in the description section below. How does that make any sense? Why so many calcium supplements? Why are there even calcium supplements in all these places that consume so much dairy products? Why even sell calcium supplements? So, recognize that along this journey, you will find out some of the horrors we do to animals. And from a health standpoint, if you do enough research, you'll come to the same conclusion that I am in, and that it's not necessary. We have plant milk, oat milk, rice milk, soy milk, hemp milk, all these different plant-based alternatives that are equally as tasty, but don't cause the enslavement of animals. Almonds, almonds are getting milked. I'd rather almonds getting milked than cows getting milked. So this is why I don't consume dairy products. This is why I can never go back to consuming dairy products or animal products. because I recognize that a plant-based diet can give me everything I need. So, that being said, peace, love, veganism. Thank you for listening to Why I Don't Consume Dairy Products. What is your favorite plant-based alternative? Tell me.